I'm JNAPS MMA. This is my prediction and breakdown of UFC Fight Night Vegas 99. Anthony Hernandez versus Michel Pereira. If you're asking why I'm wearing all this Yankee gear, we just won the first game of the ALCS. We're going all the way to the World Series this year, and we're winning 28. I know some of y'all don't care. We're here for MMA. Let's do it. This week's card might be a little bit more funner than last week's. The main event won't be as exciting, I think, as last week's though. Last week's main event was amazing. The way Raw Dog just Raw Dogged his way all over to Suro Taira. No Diddy. But Pereira versus Hernandez is going to be good. I feel like it's going to be a fun fight though. And I hopefully there's more finishes on this card, even though there's like 3 woman fights on this card. My lord. Let's just get on with the first fight though. We have Robelis Despain versus Austin Lane, dude. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I gotta go with my boy Robelis Despain. Que hola hacer. Robelis Despain, bro. He beat Josh Parsons in his UFC debut, and then he lost to Waldo Costa Cortez, whatever you see that Dominicans and Guinea, you know, que lo gay. Austin Lane, he's just trash, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's too chinny. I feel like Robelis Despain could try and kick him, and his toe touches his chin, and Lane falls. He's lost to Justin Tafa and Jonathan Denise. And Jonathan Denise looked really good in his last fight against Carl Williams, I think it was. And dude, like, Austin Lane is just not made for the UFC, bro. Maybe he stays in the UFC a little bit longer because he's like an athletic heavyweight. But dude, most of these heavyweights that are coming out 0-3 and they're trash, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, he just cut him. Just cut him. I feel like Robelis Despain's kickboxing will take over this fight. He'll find a way to knock out Austin Lane in the second round, or even in the first, because the way his Lane's chin is made out of like what? Like a chip? I feel like it's made out of like a Dorito chip. It just cracks and he just falls. But yeah, I got Robelis Despain. I say that I'm on to the next fight. We have Alice Aderlin versus Melissa Martinez, and I got Alice Aderlin. It's gonna be hard for her to cut weight with that big badonkadonk behind her, but it's something, you know, the Gunners like. And Melissa Martinez, she lost her last fight to the girl we're about to talk about in like a couple seconds, in Elise Reed. And I feel like Alice Aderlin in her last fight against Shannon Bannon, she looked really good in that fight for short notice. I feel like if she takes Melissa Martinez to the ground, I feel like it's going to be her world down there. She can control her down there. She kind of did it to Shannon Bannon before Shannon Bannon took over with the striking. That's one thing. I hope Alice Aderlin, the striking is at least a little bit more better than Melissa Martinez for her to win this fight. But if Alice Aderlin can get it done, Gunners are happy. I'm going with Alice Aderlin. On to the next fight. We have Elise Reed versus Jessica Penn, and I'm going with Elise Reed. Jessica Penn is 41 years old, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's pretty old for the women's division. I know some of y'all Gunners like Jessica Penn, maybe. I don't know. She doesn't do it for me, but she's 3-5 in the UFC, dude. Let's be honest. And she lost to Tabitha Ricci by armbar. Tabitha Ricci's not even known for her grappling, even though she you know, she's Brazilian like that, but she's known for like her fighting style of like what she did to Angela Hill, basically, you know, jabs, striking, hooks, going crazy like that, you know, girl go crazy like that, you know. She's basically trading with her boyfriend Caleb Walsh. Nobody cares, yeah, whatever. Elise Reed, bro, she's 31. She's like literally like young, 3-4 in the UFC. Her last fight was against Lupita Godinez, and she did lose by rear naked choke. I know Reed's lost a lot of her fights to rear naked chokes or just ground and pound. But hopefully, just because she's the younger fighter, her striking is at least a little bit better, and maybe she could take down Jessica Penn herself. I don't know. This is just a horrible women's fight, but has to be thrown on this card. I got Elise Reed. I don't know. I just got Elise Reed. On to the next fight. We have Justin Edwards versus Tamiris Vidal. I'm going with Jocelyn Edwards. She's more of the UFC vet here. In her last 2 fights, yeah, she lost to Eileen Perez, and she lost to Nora Canoli or whatever, that girl that lost in Paris to Jacqueline Cavalcante. And the reason why I'm taking Jocelyn Edwards is because Jacqueline Cavalcante has destroyed 2 lesbians, and I usually go for the dykes and lesbians to destroy these girls, but she's literally told me wrong. Like, she's literally said, yo, don't pick these lesbians. And I'm not gonna pick Vidal, who's 1-2 in the UFC, and she's lost her last 2 fights, bro, and they're not so good opponents. She lost to Melissa Gatto by body shots and Masterat Rendon in a split decision. So yeah, I'm going with Jocelyn Edwards. She's the taller opponent. Her reach is probably a little bit better. She has better kickboxing. I got Jocelyn Edwards. On to the next fight. We have Brad Katana versus Gene Matsumoto. I'm going with the undefeated prospect right now in Gene Matsumoto. He won his last fight in his first UFC debut. His last fight, UFC debut. You know what I'm saying. Against Dan Argaleta. Dan Argaleta just finished fighting Cody Haddon. Cody Haddon made it a scrappy fight. Made it a fun fight. But this guy finished Dan Argaleta in a guillotine choke. So, yeah, I'm going with just a younger guy. And Brad Katana, your time in the UFC is done, bro. I'm tired of seeing these old heads from these past tough seasons, and these just old heads in general that are not good in the UFC anymore. Like, they're just done. Like, bring him some young up-and prospect like Gene Matsumoto and make it a fun fight, dude. Make it a fun fight. Make these guys, excuse me, should not be on the UFC roster, wasting a roster spot, dude. Like, after beating Cody Gibson in that tough finale, he's fought twice this year in Garrett Armfield and Jesse Butler, and he lost to Garrett Armfield by decision. I feel like Gene Matsumoto takes Brad Katana to the ground and submits him, or 29-28. I got Gene Matsumoto. On to the next fight, though. We have Matthias Nicolau versus Asul Alambayev. I'm going with the Kakistani guy. Anybody from that Soviet Union, I'm going with them for sure, bro. They're destroying everybody in the UFC. And Matthias Nicolau, he's chinny, bro. He's lost to Roy Val, and he lost to Alex Perez this year already. And Asul, you know, I got any of these guys from this other region knocking or taking Matthias Nicolau down, bro. I'm sorry, dude. In his 3 fights in the UFC, bro, he beat Ode Osbourne by rear naked choke. He took CJ Vergara to a decision, and he took Jose Johnson to his decision. I know he's not Timurov. Timurov literally just knocked CJ Vergara nasty in last week's card, but any of these guys from that region is just gonna smoke anybody right now, and especially this guy against a really chinny guy right now, Nicolau. But let's see. I'm not gonna count out Nicolau out like that because he's a dog still, but I got a Bustos. Yeah, I got this guy. On to the next fight. We have Darren Elkins versus Daniel Pineda. This one was kind of a hard one to pick. By the way, this is the main card. That right there was all the prelims. Damn, that was a horrible prelim, not gonna lie. That was feature prelim, probably okay. We'll probably see a finish there, but the rest of the prelims, holy crap. So, whatever. Darren Elkins. I think I gotta go with Darren Elkins here, bro. The damage, bro. This guy can be literally dying in the middle of the octagon and he'll still find a way to win. I'm sorry. He'll still find a way to win in the middle octagon, bleeding out. He's 18-10 in the UFC. And he's on a win-loss. He beat TJ Brown by rear naked choke in the 3rd round. He was literally bleeding, and this guy cuts really easily though. So, but he beat Jonathan Pierce, who Sabatini just beat. I mean, no, he lost to Jonathan Pierce, who had Sabatini just beat. and he lost to Cub Swanson, so he's losing to some of the, the guys in the division that I think he should be winning, but he's pretty old. And Daniel Pineda's pretty old too. He's literally a year younger than Elkins. But Pineda, in his last fight against Nathaniel Wood, he looked good, but Nathaniel Wood, is a slow starter, and sometimes he makes goofy mistakes. But it's Nathaniel Wood, the prospect. Love him, Nathaniel Wood. And he lost to Alex Caceres. He did beat Tucker Lutz, but Tucker Lutz is whatever. And I don't know. I just gotta go with the damage, bro. I feel like the damage always finds a way. He always finds a way to win this fight, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. He always finds a way, and I feel like he's gonna find a way this time to win this fight. On to the next fight. We have Brady Heinstand versus Jake Hadley. This one also was a tricky one to pick because Brady Heinstand, if you haven't seen my Brian Battle video, he's one of the most successful, successful ones behind Brian Battle and Andre Petrovsky in the UFC, bro. He actually has a 3-1 record in the UFC, and he's fought good opponents too. Not like really bad ones, but he's fought Garrett Armfield. All right, I take it back. He's fought really bad ones, but he beat Garrett Armfield. Whatever. I'm still going with Jake Hadley, bro. Jake Hadley had a resurgence his last fight against that Kolau Loang guy that I cannot say his name, but he's Irish or he's from Wales. I don't know where he's from. Don't care. But Jake Hadley's a little bit more experienced, and he took that fight against Kolau on short notice, bro. Koaling, whatever you say his name is. He took it on short notice, bro. And yeah, he lost to Cody Durden and Charles Johnson, but still. I feel like this is a rejuvenation for Jake Hadley, bro. Like, Jake Hadley needed that win, and I feel like he can get a win against Brady Heinstand. Maybe Brady Heinstand does something crazy though that I don't know. I don't remember seeing a lot of Brady Heinstand's fights, and if I do, they must be too boring to remember. But I gotta go with Jake Hadley. I just gotta go with Jake Hadley. He's alive right now. He's alive, and he's taking another fight. On to the next fight. Some Jurenji, gonna butcher it, sorry, against Charles Johnson. I think this is Some Jurenji's debut in the UFC. I'm gonna check right now. I have not. No, it's not. It's not his debut in the UFC. I'm tripping balls. He's 3-3 in the UFC. His last 3 fights. His last 2, he's lost to Tim Elliott and Matt Schnell. And then he was on a tear in the UFC for a while. I'm not gonna lie. He lost his first fight to Louis Smolka in 2018, but then he went on a nice little tear. But then he's not really that active like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's not really active like that. And he's 28. I just gotta go with Charles Johnson here, dude. Charles Johnson has been something else, bro. And this 3-fight winning streak he's on, bro. The way he knocked out little midget Joshua Van, even though little midget Joshua Van was kind of winning that fight a little bit until Charles Johnson knocked him out. He just comes back, bro. Charles Johnson just comes back from these fights, bro. He beat Jake Hadley, came back from that fight. He beat Asamat Maxum, and he was on a losing streak, bro. He was on a really bad losing streak, losing to Ode Osborne, Cody Durden, and Rafael Estevam. But now he's on a 3-fight winning streak, and I feel like he could win his next fight against this guy. Charles Johnson has aura right now, and I just gotta believe in his aura. His aura is just on a tear right now, and I feel like this is an opponent that he can beat. I got Charles Johnson. On to the co-main. We have Rob Font versus Kyler Phillips. Guys, just look at the screen right now and tell me why would you not go for Kyler Phillips? Tell me why would you go for Kyler? Bro, look at Rob Font's face. This guy looks like an old Theo that you see at the backyard events right now. He's aged pretty bad. Like no disrespect to Rob Font because he's Puerto Rican just like me. But dude, he's 37. His time is coming. Everybody in that New England cartel gym is trash. His last fight against Cody Sanhagen, he got demolished, obviously. And against Davis Figueroa, he got demolished as well. Kyler Phillips is the young up-and-coming prospect. They're looking to go up in the rankings. And I just gotta go with Kyler Phillips, dude. Training out of MMA Labs. Hopefully he beats the living... I don't even want to say it on Mario Bautista. Nobody likes Mario Bautista. If you can do me a solid, Kyler Phillips, please beat Mario Bautista until he is out of the gym crawling, begging you to stop. Yeah, nobody likes Mario. All my homies don't like Mario Bautista, so yeah, do me that solid. But Kyler Phillips, bro, he's 6-1 in the UFC, bro. His last fight against Pedro Munhoz, he looked really good. Even though Pedro Munhoz is pretty old already, but I feel like he beats Rob Font. Rob Font's really old. Rob Font don't got it no more. Kyler Phillips, do some crazy head kick and knock him out for me. On to the main event. Interesting main event. We have Michel Pereira versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, dude. And this one right here, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. This one was a tough one to pick because I love both of these fighters a lot. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, ever since he got wrecked by my boy Kevin Holland, who I love too. Now Kevin Holland's getting wrecked by everybody. I don't know, man. Kevin Holland's he's just there for the money, man. But I respect him because he takes all the fights that, you know, they need him to take. But Anthony Fluffy Hernandez beat Roman Kopylov by rear naked choke, and Roman Kopylov was on a tear. He was doing really good. He beat Edmund Shabazian. He beat Marc-Andre Barra. He beat Josh Fram. He choked out Rodolfo Vieira, one of the best grapplers, dude, in like all of BJJ. Dude, he's on a 5-fight win streak and he's on a tear right now. And then they give him Michel Pereira, who's just really good, dude, and he's on an 8-fight win streak. Imagine that, dude. Michel Pereira is on an 8-fight win streak. Obviously, is not like I don't think it's not like the caliber opponents that Hernandez has been given. Because if you look at it, it's Ial Potieria, Michel Obachaychek, and Andre Petrovsky. But the thing is, Michel Pereira is finishing these guys, dude. He's literally finishing these guys, and on the first round, bro. His last 3 fights have been first round finishes. He standing guillotine choke against Ial Potieria. Rear naked choke against Michel Pereira, Obachaychek. Andre Petrovsky, ground and pound in the first round, dude. And then yeah, he had a couple decisions, bro, against Santiago Ponzinibbio, Andre Fiallo, Nico Price. He beat Chaos Williams, bro. He gave Chaos Williams his first L in the UFC. I just gotta go with Michel Pereira, bro. Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira is just on a tear right now, dude. He's just on a tear, and he's a really good striker, and that's one thing that Fluffy kind of struggles with, the good strikers. And if you know, it's 2 grapplers, Michel Pereira, I think of him more as a fancy striker because of that, you know, his striking. But I don't know, man. He has good BJJ, bro. He has good ground game, and I feel like when those grapplers cancels out and turns into a slugfest, maybe I just gotta go with Michel Pereira. I hope I'm wrong. I don't know. I really love Fluffy Hernandez too, bro. So I hope I'm wrong. Fluffy Hernandez, man, he's been on a tear. He's up in these rankings, dude, and it's hard. Like these are two really fun fighters right now that I don't want to see lose, and it's tough. It really is tough. Oh man, I really don't want to see. I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna have to go with Michel Pereira, bro. I don't know, man. Hold on. Let me think this out. These are just 2 fun fighters, bro, and I don't know, man. Both of these guys are doing really good right now, dude. I'm just gotta go with Michel Pereira right now. Because if you look, Roman Kopylov. Yeah, that was a crazy win, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was a crazy win, him beating Roman Kopylov. But Roman Kopylov is 5-3 in the UFC, bro. And his last win was against Cesar Almeida. And that was pretty close. I just gotta go with Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira, he's just on a tear, dude. And when you have somebody who's on a tear like that, finishing guys like that, like I know Fluffy's finishing guys like that too, but Michel Pereira, he's just crazy, bro. He's just crazy like that. I'm gonna look at the odds too. I don't really like looking at the odds like that, but I gotta look at the odds for this one because it's really close. They got Michel Pereira as an underdog and Fluffy as a favorite. I'm still going with Michel Pereira. I just hope Fluffy Hernandez wins. I don't know, bro. Yeah, but this card, now looking at it, I don't think it's gonna be as exciting as last cards. Hopefully, there is a finish by Phillips. Hopefully, there's a finish by Asua. I'm just kind of tired of these Apex cards, bro. Like, if they're put in front of a crowd, maybe they'll be a little bit funner. Maybe they'll just be more exciting. But dude, look what we're getting for UFC Vegas 100, dude. We're getting Carlos Pratis against Neil Magny, dude. Like, to end the year. Like Carlos Pratis is gonna destroy Neil Magny, we all know, but come on, dude. To end the year, like, whatever. Doesn't matter. I got Michel Pereira. Got more videos coming out for y'all. Like and subscribe. I'm J-Neps MMA. Go Yankees. I'm out.